All right. So we'll call this market research because I've seen a number of videos where people are talking about how they regretted getting rid of their DVD libraries, Blu libraries, CD libraries, all of that. So I resell, which means I resell products that I find used and try to get them out to a market. And certain products I have capability to buy in bulk quantities, and then I get the burden of sorting through, separating it because most people are not going to want to buy a unsorted pallet or gaylord of DVDs, CDs, Blu-rays, etc. They're just not going to want to put out the money to do that. But some of us will, and we'll put the money out there. So here's my question to the general public, to the average user who's not a reseller. What do you think is an acceptable price for a used CD? What are you willing to pay with shipping? Keep that in mind because if I'm having to sell it to you online, somebody's got to foot the bill of shipping. It's either going to be wrapped into the total cost or it's going to be on tacked on. So for example, and keep in mind there's fees. I'll break that down. But let's say I'm selling you a DVD for $5 with $5 shipping, okay? Platforms are going to eat about 30% of that. I'm going to lose a little more in taxes. And I know a lot of people are like, it's not my problem, but if you want them to be able to be sold, we have to be able to make money off them so we can keep getting these products. Otherwise, they're going to be either destroyed or they're just not going to be available, right? Go to thrift to buy, obviously, but then thrift becomes a dirty thing. But what are you willing to pay online for it? Now, I can see the market trends and see where things are at, but I know it's not sustainable because nobody's able to sell a DVD through eBay for $1 with free shipping and they're making any money. Something shady is going on there. And that's been explained in detail what's going on. It's illegal is what it is. But what do you expect to pay for a used CD? Common, not anything special, just a common used CD, used DVD, used Blu-ray. What are you expecting to pay for that? Both on something like eBay and then also on a platform like Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, those platforms, which I haven't had much luck selling anything on those platforms because it's mainly scams. But what are you looking to pay for those items? Also, additionally, let's say in the city I'm in, I decided to get property and open a store where you could buy those goods used, just movies, music, and stuff. What are you looking to buy? Because I've seen a lot of stores that they work on the trade-in kind of thing, but it doesn't work too well for them. And then I see other bigger stores like an Entertain Mart where they overcharge on their product. But what is acceptable to you? What are you willing to pay to get those CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays back? I'm not even going to talk about games because that market's all over the place, and with the market going the way of games, that's a whole other thing. But yeah, what are you willing to pay? What do you think is fair? Go ahead and feel free to leave your comments, guys.